Do you feel the vibes?
Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, I'm going to be talking about job automation. I've been researching deeply into automating things that I do every day on my computer. And I just want to showcase some of those things in action, and I want to just showcase them to you guys, and maybe you guys can get some ideas on how to set them up. Just a little quick update. As you can see, I am in a new desktop environment. I switched over to Genome just because I wanted something different. No real reason. I just wanted something different. Same reason I edited my prompt, and you guys can get that right here. That's the prompt I used, just so you guys can see in case you like it, like the colors, things like that. Let's go ahead and read our fortune, and then we will move into the next part of our YouTube video. You will lose your present job and have to become a door-to-door mayonnaise salesman. I really hope that is not my fortune. I enjoy my job, and when I go into the military, I will enjoy my job much, much more. Let's get into our job automation. I put everything in the user/share/local. That is not what I want. /bin/local. Nope. User local bin. That's what it is. Bin. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I have 3 things in here right now. We will start with random because it is the easiest. I believe it just gives me a random number. Yep. This was just a little task I created here just to have some fun. You can also make, you can also do it with this, right? And that's all that is in the script, right? That's how simple a script is for automation. It does not have to be complicated. This one moves files from somewhere to somewhere, right? So, let me go to my desktop, right? And we'll just touch a bunch of files. Right, now we have all these files on my desktop, right? They're all over here, right? Say I wanted to put them into my files directory, right? I can go mv_files, and then I input the file directory that I want to put them in, right? And it moves them in there. So just little things like that make your life easier are things that you want to automate. So let me remove this. That way it's not in there, and then we will /user local bin. And then I have this one here that is a little bit more complex, right? As you can see, I have my syntaxes, and kind of just everything set up right here. And I actually want to edit this so it's perfect for the start of this video. First, I'm going to edit in what I wanted to edit. I guess we will do it here. Yeah, I guess so, right? No reason not to. Control Z, echo dash E. Okay, and we are going to put this in the center by false beliefs, right? That's who made it. That's what we want. All right, now we are going to make that. Let's see what colors I have within here. We are going to make them. Let's underline it purple. No, that's syntax. Let's bold cyan it, right? Let's make it bold and cyan. So I can go B cyan because it is a function. And then we need to go like this, first of all. There we go. And then it needs to match up with this. So, red, and then reset. I have to save it, input my password to save it. And then we just run pen start. Okay, so we need to delete one tab to center it. That's perfect, actually. Let's see how that does. Okay. First of all, that looks like it's generally center. This one here needs to be back to, so yeah, that actually works out perfect. Just messing with it, right? Making everything look pretty. Maybe not for anybody, maybe just for yourself. But it's good to, like, do the little things like this that mean something to you, to make your life easier. That's originally why I got into trying to automate everything, is just to make everything easier. Now, just a little tip. You see I have here 2 exclamation points. If you input 2 exclamation points and hit space, it will put in your last command, right? And I just think that's pretty cool. So that's really practical, actually. If you run something without running sudo, right, then, well, what are you going to do, right? What can you do? Run something without sudo, then you got to retype everything or highlight it and copy and paste it. So if I do Erman ng, right, it says run as root. Oh no, I don't have to retype anything. Super plausible and easy to use. Now, we're going to run this command, right? So, first, you don't have to do it in this order. And just to show I don't have to do it in this order, we will do it like this. You can see everything shows up from testing. And then we will use, we'll put in our own password just because I don't want anyone to see my password, right? That doesn't make sense. And then we are going to specify a large file, right? And then we will specify our IP address, which is 192.168.0.197, right? And it's going to run. It's going to ask you for my sudo password because all the commands are ran as sudo file exists. Oh, yeah, just don't run it in, don't mess up like I do and accidentally run it in your directory that you have everything. So 80 is closed, right? It is not going to run Nikto or GoBuster unless 80 is open, and it will also not run systemctl disable, or no, enable ssh.service. Okay. Cancel. Okay, hold on. Sudo, and then we're going to disable it. Okay, now we'll just do a quick nmap to make sure. No, 22 is still open. Oh no, that makes it so it runs on boot. I want that. Service ssh.service stop. Open SSH stop. Okay, I can't figure out why it's not working. That is crazy. Maybe it's just SSH. So, yeah, okay. And then we can do our quick little nmap. As you can see, SSH is not there. If I do the same exact thing, it's not going to run either of the commands, because you can see no need to SSH brute force on port 22, not running, and not running, right? Nice, simple, easy, clean stuff. If I do SSH start home sudo, right? I restart those services. Apache to start. Oh, if I could type. There we go. And we'll do our little nmap scan here just to prove that HTTP and SSH are open. Yeah, and then we will do our clear and pen start. Now it'll run all three. SSH brute forcing via Hydra and Nikto and GoBuster. See? So it says using username, and then it's supposed to say which password, but that's something we can figure out later. So here we have may leak inodes via e-tags and all that fancy fandangled stuff. Our GoBuster directory, enumeration mode, and then if we cd into our pen start, right, it creates a file for us. Now these are all our scans. Nikto is right here. GoBuster is so weird on its outputting. I don't really like it very much. But that's okay. And then of course our nmap is right here. I'm running Linux kernel 5, 5.0, 5-2. And that's everything running there. And that checks that. Now let's get into our actual code here. This just gets our arguments, right? This calls the main function. The main function says that if help is not empty, then echo our syntax. If it is empty, which would be else, then we check if our IP is valid. If it's not valid, then invalid IP address, please add the -h or --h argument to see syntax. Else, echo, just in case, same thing. And then we call the InMap function. So we will start there. Let's go to InMap. This tests if directory is a directory, right? And we set directory by doing this. User equals who am I, and then directory equals pwd, which is print working directory / penstart. So basically, it'll say echo pwd / penstart, right? Okay, there we go. I'm already in the there we go. We can do it like that, right? So now that that's what it would print for me, right? And then who am I just gets me the username of the person, just in case I need it. These are our colors. And then we will go back down to our InMap function. So it says if directory is not a directory, then we need to make it a directory. So we create it, right? Make directory, and then we will run our InMap command. And it just outputs it to a file called InMap with the IP.txt and then IP. Forgive me. What IP address to run the InMap command off of. Then it will run HTTP test and SSH brute test. Or if it is a directory, it will do the same exact thing and run the HTTP and SSH test. Those are both right here. Basically what this does is it opens the InMap file and it searches for 80. If it finds 80, then port 80 is open. If it doesn't find 80, then port 80 is closed. And then the same exact thing, copy and pasted, except changed 22. That's the next number we're looking for, because we're looking for port 22. And then we export our status, which is just open or closed. And then from there, we go to our SSH brute, which is all the way at the bottom. I added that later in the thing. If SSH status equals open, then, so SSH is open, then run our commands. Else, no need to run SSH brute force 22 on IP, right? Because it's not running. And then it'll call the nicto function and see if port 80 is open. If it is open and B is not selected, right? Because if we look at our help, we can see B is disable Hydra brute force attack. So if B, right here, is selected, then B equals false, which makes B a non-empty variable, right? That's what Z does, is sees if it is empty, and then the exclamation point means not. So this is just, if B is not empty, then run the nicto function. If it is empty, right, it was not specified, and it is just a non-defined variable, then run everything else. This tests between the UA, SD, and J files here. Right, J just uses default. It sets the word list as a default word list, right? The rocku.txt, which I will also put in here. Oh no, it's right here. I just need to add that into it. So, we will delete one, add one, control save, and then do that again, and everything is back to normal. Pardon me. Okay, and then after it runs our SSH brute forcing, it will run the Nikto function, which is right here, and it just Niktos the function and outputs it to a file. That's a pretty simple one. And then GoBuster, which is a little bit bigger. The only reason GoBuster is this big is because you have large, medium, and small list options. And then it will automate the first 3 steps I take to, actually we'll just pen start, or clear, right? So we have our username, password, file size, and IP address selected. If I do -I, right, hold on, -I, and go over, and this just says use defaults, right, and do B, it'll say not using Hydra. See up there? Not using it. And then it'll run the same exact command, right? SSH is open, but because we disabled Hydra, it is not going to run it, the brute force. It will just run the 1 or 2 things that we needed. And then voila. GoBuster directory enumeration / JavaScript HTTP. So we will open link, right? Let's take a look at it. Forbidden. You do not have permission to access this resource. If I go through here, though, you can see it's just a regular Debian file. Nothing too super fancy. So basically, any commands you run on a constant basis, and they're lengthy, simplify them. You can create aliases. So, right, upug. That's not a normal command, but for me, it is, because it's an alias. All that says is update, upgrade, right? Upug, update, upgrade. And so it'll update everything, and then it'll upgrade everything, and then it'll auto-remove everything, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know if you just heard that, but my fan kicked in for my CPU. I just updated later. I'm very surprised that there's more to update. Yeah, the only thing with aliases is running it through sudo is weird. So let's create a file called upug. So we will go into programming. Sorry about that. I am so sorry. Updat, upgrad. Alright. Clear, and we will just do this. We'll add a file called upug, right? That's what we want. And then we will open that up, make that full screen here, and let's add a shebang /bash, and then sudo update -y, sudo upgrade -y, sudo apt update, apt auto remove -y, and then we will save it, and we will go here. We will cp that into /users user/local/bin. Clear, and then we will cd/user/local/bin, and then we will change the and then we will run upug, right? And it should be a little bit different. I might have to delete, I'll have to delete the alias so I can show you how to do that as well. I'm using ZSH, so it'll be a little bit different if you're using Bash, though I think most people have transferred over to ZSH. That's my file, so I can save that without issue. And now if I run upug, it should no. Let's see. What is our issue here? Sudo su, let's see. That is a really long one, and I do not feel like messing with that. Oh, subble. You can hit Shift F, upug right there, perfect, right? Boom, boom, Control save, exit, open a new terminal, upug. It'll ask for my password because we're running it as sudo, and that should be, yep, there we go. So we just automated updating everything, and it was so simple. All we did was add the commands we would normally run to a file and put it in our user local bin, right? User local bin. I can also run this as root. It's a shared bin between all users on your file or like on your system. So that's really cool, right? Automated updating and removing. Auto remove will remove everything that we need. So I'm gonna let this finish, and then actually let me give a little tour right quick. Let's see a speed test. Let's run a speed test, right? Okay, so we're pretty good. We're going pretty quick here. That's on download, so normally upload is the slow one. We are still doing pretty good there. So that's good. That should be pretty quick. I am using a wireless receiver. It's Netgear. It's the AC1200. Yeah, it is the AC1200. Oh, she's a little slow. Something in the system is updating in the kernel. Normally that means it is a little slow. But let's go to GitHub, and I will give a quick tour of my GitHub profile. I have a couple repositories. I don't think I've showcased any of these, so I will do that. Another thing I use for automation is AllTools. This is a pretty cool script, I think. It's just the AllTools refined is what you will want to use. It's more oriented and less complicated to use. One issue I do have is with my password sniffer. I cannot seem to get that to work. I'm not sure why. Maybe if someone could look into that for me. It is the passnif.py file. If someone could look into that for me and let me know the issue. I have asked on many places, but I have not found a proper answer. As you can see, this is still running. I created I did this through a tutorial. I'm not very well versed in JavaScript. So I have a JavaScript shooter, which is pretty cool. So I will go like this. And we will Control-C, give myself a new terminal here. Let that run right quick, and then we will cd desktop git clone, and let this run right quick. Cd ls open index.html. Okay, and here's the JavaScript game, right? You shoot your little thing and your guy, you kill it. I coded this a couple years ago, actually, and it was a fun adventure, but I learned that JavaScript wasn't for me. I'm more into ethical hacking and scripting rather than front end. I would say I'm more into back end than front end. And you just click a lot. There's no limit to how fast you can click or nothing. Just don't let them touch you, because if they touch you, then you have an issue. So don't let them touch you. Right? That's the goal. Don't let them touch you. I wish I made them so they move sporadically. That would be funny. You have it aimed on them and they just don't go where they're supposed to go. It does get laggy depending on your computer if you have more than a few things on the screen. And they do get faster and more. It is very progressive. So you might want to be like a machine gun and make sure that you get them all. Oh, it gets so intense so quick. If you open a different tab, right, and wait a couple seconds, I'll die in a second and I'll show you something really cool that I learned. The way it loads all your players is they're technically loaded off of the screen and they're unloaded visually. So when you don't have your visual screen available, you can't do anything to them. You can't make them move or anything. It's just the way it's kind of done. Like, you don't want the automation running in background. It can make it really laggy. So I turned it off so it doesn't run in background. And that makes it very difficult if you leave the tab and come back. And I will show you what I mean once I get the heart to die. I'll let them kill me. As soon as one touches you, you die, and you get your points. Okay, we'll start the game, and we'll leave, and we will just let that be, and we will see how our... Okay, everything, so, upgraded, newly installed, 0 to remove, and 0 not upgraded. So we automated that. Very simple. Automation is a simple thing that people like to overcomplicate, and there's no need to do that. Aliases, cron jobs, everything like that is made for automation. Can't lock other PID, maybe 18 resolved temporarily. Okay, well, cd / I think it is in system No, it wasn't. It's in etc. No. Dev. No. Find /cron. Let's grep and silence our output here. There we go. So, Control C. We have cron tab, cron rules. I haven't really messed with cron jobs just yet, so we will see if I can find those, run, no, I guess it is in bin. Nope. I don't remember where it was. It's not in boot either. That's not it. User bus. I really don't know where it is at, but it is somewhere. So that is automation. Let's get back to this right quick. And you'll see they just show, and the longer you leave it, the more will appear. And it just gets progressively and progressively worse. And if they touch you, you die. So all that is available on my GitHub. Nice, simple, right? This is the password cryptor I created, I believe, in the last video. That's everything you need there. Just install it, run Python 3, give it a look, edit the code, whatever you want to do, just let me know. Yeah, and that's the fun stuff that I've been getting into. So feel free to take a look at that, as I said, and thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.